I think we all know a picky eater.
Yes,
you know,
we do.
The type that they can never find the right meal on the menu, or they don't like this or that. They're always trying to send their plate back.
No.
Going out with these finicky friends can be exhausting. But I was reading an article that says picky eating can stem from childhood traumas, and in some cases is diagnosed as a psychiatric condition.
No way.
This is deep. So ladies, have you ever found yourselves impatient with picky eaters, and what do you think about them?
Wow.
It seems kind of like a miserable life if you have to be so picky that you can't go to a restaurant. Your friends are frustrated, your family's frustrated, you want everything on the side, you want it brought some way, send it back. It feels like it's a miserable existence.
Yeah.
But I understand some people have a palate that's not just
Like
for everything. Like even between my boys, Jax will eat anything. He knows about his Kobe beef. He knows this, he knows that. Jade just wants chicken and mac and cheese. No matter where we go, if there's no mac and cheese on that menu, he's like, there's nothing for me to eat, right? But that's just who he is.
Wow.
And I think, you know, for me, I'm not a picky eater, but if I'm happy with what I chose, don't ask me to taste yours. Because I'm so happy with mine, I don't want to taste yours.
I'm the person that's
and leave me alone about it.
Really,
Please taste
Garcelle?
my plate.
No.
I am totally that person.
Yeah, I don't want to taste it if I'm happy with mine.
Look, I feel like if you paying for it, you have the right to ask for your food the way you want it. And if it's not cooked right, then I think you have a right to say, you know,
Sure,
in a
if it's not
nice
cooked
way,
right.
hey, you know what, this steak is not cooked well
Yeah.
enough for me. Can you just take it back, put it on the
That
I just
can be
feel like that.
frustrating, though. As, like, I'm not a picky eater at all, it's frustrating to me because I'm like, let's just order it. And this person literally will be like, so I want this, but not with this, but not. I'm like, yo, they're gonna spit in our food because you are so picky.
Right.
You are so picky that you're frustrating the waitress.
Right.
And you're being annoying to another level that, like, I'm concerned about my food now.
No, you know what? It's the way you order it.
You have to be
make
so
sure
nice.
so nice.
Be very, very
have
nice.
to.
You have to
and
be
be
so
very, very
nice.
clear
Yeah.
about what
Yeah.
you want. You know, I would like the steak medium well with a warm red center, not a bloody red center.
Yeah.
See
You know,
what-
things like that.
It's-
You have to,
yeah.
you know, because
You
it's
have to
like,
be nice, yeah.
you spend a lot on a steak.
Yeah.
I want to cook right.
Sometimes I have kids that sleep over my house, and if they're super picky, like, Miss Garcelle, is this organic ketchup? And I'll go, uh-huh.
Garcelle!
Home and get the organic ketchup. I don't got that.
Now all their
Not the
parents know.
organic.
They're like, they're sending their kids to your house with the ketchup. The
What
organic.
designer children do you be watching?
What? For one night I can
She's
handle
in a
it.
different
If
tax
it's
bracket,
like-
okay?
Yeah, no, way
Children,
different.
ask them for organic ketchup.
Organic
They
ketchup.
don't sell that where I go.
We don't got that. Okay.
They don't sell that at the liquor store.
Nope.
Okay, parents, pay close attention to this one. The idea of letting your kids sleep over at a friend's house has been an ongoing debate for decades, but recently moms and dads have been taking their case to TikTok, explaining why you should or shouldn't allow your kids to sleep at a friend's house. So some feel it isn't safe, while others think you're depriving your kids of some potentially wonderful memories. So, ladies, what do you guys think about this? Were you allowed to sleep over people's houses or not?
Absolutely not. But I feel like I had a phenomenal childhood, and that's because everyone was allowed to sleep over my house.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, oh my gosh, like we had the cool house that everyone hung out at. We lived right across the street from church. So after youth group and everything, like everyone would come upstairs to our house, hang out. My mom would have food, sleepovers, and the best of times. So I don't feel like I missed out on any, making any memories.
Yeah.
But I also do understand that my mother was shielding me because of her own traumas, and it was
Yeah.
very specific that I could not sleep over people's houses because she didn't know what was happening in their house. She also didn't know if there were men in that home, if they had fathers, brothers, like there was a real concern for her. So we just kept it to, we stay in our house and people can come over to our house.
That's a good way.
Yeah,
What
what
about
about
you,
you?
G-Money?
Same with me. I wasn't allowed to sleep over anyone's house, but they could sleep over my house.
Yeah.
But with my kids, I feel like there's also a little bit of independence by letting your kid sleep over someone's house, but someone that you really know.
Family.
Right.
Trust them. It's not like
Family.
you just met him and now you can sleep over there.
No.
Not just family, but their friends. I think there's a little bit of independence to let them know they can be on their own, but you're there if they need anything in the middle of the night. I do think there's something about letting them sleep over a friend's house that you know very well.
How closely of friends, like would you have to be really close friends with those parents?
Yeah, I would have to know the parents pretty
Yeah.
well.
Same.
Absolutely, yeah. But I wasn't allowed to sleep over anyone's house, but I think for the same reasons. My mom was super protective,
Yeah.
so people could sleep at our house. Yeah.
I mean, I always ask my nieces and nephews if they, you know, because they'll come through me before they go through their parents.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'll ask them, like, how many kids are there gonna be? I'll ask how many adults are gonna be there, especially at night.
Yeah.
Are the parents married? Are they living together? Is there a boyfriend? And then from
So
that,
important.
I can, like, maybe back them up. If I don't feel something, then I can't back them up. I'm
Yeah.
like, look, I can't back you up because of this, this, and that. But you can, you know, you can see with
Yeah.
your mom
Yeah.
or whatever. Because I just think we're just living in times where people have to be safe. There is some independence, and I think that if you do have your child's sleepover, like you said, you know, make sure they have a phone. That they
Absolutely.
can text you
Yep.
if anything happens. And make sure that they're able to say no if something should
Oh, for
happen.
sure.
Because it's not necessarily the adults.
No,
it be the other kids.
It's
Yeah,
true.
You know,
that too.
They get peer pressured into doing
Absolutely.
things.
I know some things
You
that have
know?
gone down at sleepovers. I wonder, how would you say you explain that to a child, though, at a young age as to why they can't sleep over someone's home?
You could say, I don't feel comfortable. I would, you know, miss you. I don't know the family very well. You know, can we do a play date? Can we go to the beach? Can we go to a museum? Like something where they feel like you're still giving them something without giving them the thing that they actually want. Or you can go to that birthday party, but you're not allowed to sleep over. I know
Yeah.
other kids can, but I'd rather you be home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
My
plan
mom was
something
really-
fun for them to do so they don't feel like
They're missing
Yeah.
out.
like they're missing out.
I didn't
Yeah.
feel like I was missing out because my mom was really transparent with me, even from like, literally from like 6, 7. Like, she would literally explain to me why she felt uncomfortable.
See, I understand your mom's
Yeah.
trauma, but I don't think your kid should be fearful. I don't
Yeah.
think you should tell them that the dangers of it, because I think that makes it really scary.
Really?
That's just my opinion.
I
mean,
wasn't
you know.
like afraid. I actually felt very much like, not being weird, but I think that even if somebody attempted something like that,
Yeah.
I was so aware of being advocating for myself.
Yeah.
That if I even felt the slightest bit of uncomfortability, I had no problem calling my mom and be like, you need to come get me.
That's great.
Yeah.
But that's why
great.
you teach your child the power of no,
Yeah.
the power of stop.
And that worked for me.
Your body is yours. No one's allowed
Right.
to touch it.
Very
Right.
clear
That's-
conversations about that. It didn't make me feel fearful. It made me feel like I could speak up. Like I knew
Good.
that I had an advocate in my mom, that if I said anything that was even slightly off, I knew she would be there. I knew she wasn't gonna question
And
me.
she'd believe you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would believe me. No questions asked. You tell me to come get you, I'm right there.
That's right.
Yeah.